to have a chat?
Yeah, we can have a chat here, can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Alright, cool. So all I've done today is make some video footage, and I've stuck to everywhere that I'm allowed, apart from apparently Amazon, where I wasn't allowed to step on their site.
Who's allowed you permission on the site?
No one's allowed me permission. This is all public, bro. Don't treat me like I'm silly. Yeah, I do this a lot.
You just said.
Again, identify for me as well, please. Before you do.
You do.
Okay, what's yours as well, please?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you told me that your body-worn camera's on? No, you haven't. That's part of your policy. You can clearly see that I'm filming, bro.
Okay, and you can clearly see that that's.
No, I can now.
I don't have to notify you.
You do. It's part of your policy.
The officer insists that, under his policy, he doesn't need to tell anyone they're being recorded on body-worn video. That claim doesn't hold up. Data protection law is clear. Unless it's impractical or unsafe, officers are expected to make people aware when recording is taking place. Treating that obligation as optional isn't a technical slip, it's a deliberate sidestep of transparency. By brushing the issue aside, the officer appears dismissive of both legal responsibility and the public's right to know. This goes beyond a minor procedural lapse. It undermines trust, erodes accountability, and raises serious questions about how recording powers are being used on the street.
Stop. You just stated that you have been allowed. No,
I don't have to stop.
I'm trying to ascertain what's happening.
I don't have to. Listen, bro, I don't want to interrupt you, but to be honest, I don't want to speak to you, yeah? I'm going about doing my civil right. I'm allowed to go around and film in public areas.
Allowed. Who has allowed you?
My rights as a human being in this country.
And they have a right to know who is filming or taking photographic images of the building.
The officer asserts that he has a right to know who is filming outside the building. That claim is simply misleading. In a public place, a person does not have to identify themselves just because they're holding a camera. Filming alone does not create a legal obligation to explain who you are or what you're doing. What's happening here looks less like lawful policing and more like a control tactic, an attempt to manufacture authority where none exists. Whether it stems from ignorance or intent, the effect is the same: intimidation dressed up as law. This isn't about safeguarding the public. It's about asserting dominance when the law doesn't support it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God. Please, mate. Please don't. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. I'm literally just on my way to taking someone to professional standards for exactly the same thing. Okay. Trying to trump up charges that aren't there. Yeah, no, listen. No, I'm not saying that you are. You're trying to tell me though.
You're not telling me what has happened. You're just saying you're doing your civil right. Doing what? Taking images.
Filming the building. The building. Amazon, look at this place. It's huge.
I know it's huge, but why? What's the reason why?
Because I like to. I don't have to tell you that.
No, I'm just trying to understand why.
But I know, but I'm going to stick to it. I don't have to tell you that. And that's, you can say that being as awkward.
How am I supposed to ascertain what's happening?
You don't have to ascertain anything until I've committed the broken...
I've had an incident that's been called.
Have I committed an illegal offence?
Well, as far what we've heard on the call is that there's been swearing and shouting, so I need to know who that's been coming from.
Those down there, and the video's got it to prove it.
Right, and can you show me that?
Yes, I can.
Because if you're involved in that and you've been shouting and swearing, that is an offence. That is something I need to ascertain what has happened.
Of course. Hey, you know this camera? You see this camera? It's an independent witness. Yeah, so that's another reason I film, because when stuff like this happens, yeah, when people try and say stuff happened that didn't happen, we can now go back to this footage and see, can't we?
What we've heard on the call is that there's been lots of shouting and swearing going on.
Right,
so we need to ascertain what that's in relation to. So if people, that's called public order. That is an offence, yeah? And I'm here to try and ascertain what has happened. You're not being very forthright with me, and I understand why, because I don't have to.
Because I don't have to.
No, but I have to ascertain what's happened.
Yeah, but I don't have to still tell you, bro. This is what I'm like, until I commit an offence. Okay. Yeah? And you're saying a public order offence, yeah?
An offence has been committed.
Where is the person that feels harassed, alarmed and distressed? Where are they? Who are they? You have to have a complainant. Where's the complainant?
No, it doesn't.
Where's the complainant?
No, it has to be an assumed person. A person of reasonable firmness. You think you know your legislation, but if you do...
That's all you guys want to deal with is legislation. What about what you swore to when you took up your job? Wasn't that under common law? Most of that's under common law, isn't it?
That wasn't under common law. Yeah.
Right. My granddad, yeah, was a very well-respected inspector in the police force, yeah? Right. I don't care. You guys still swear by it.
There are other pieces of legislation.
I know that...
swear by common law. There are other pieces of legislation that we swear by.
Okay.
I'm still trying to ascertain what has happened. Now, what I'm saying...
And I've told you, what's happened is I've done some filming and they haven't liked it.
And I'm telling you, we are aware that a public order incident has taken place.
No, how are you then? So who was it by?
So I don't know that. I'm trying to ascertain that from yourself. You are reported to be involved. I've come here. I'm trying to ask you what has happened. Now,
so how do you know that one's taken place? If you don't know who done it...
The officer points to a phone call reporting shouting and swearing as the justification for intervening. While such a report may warrant a brief welfare check or initial inquiry, it does not automatically amount to reasonable suspicion of a criminal offense. Unverified hearsay is a fragile foundation for enforcement action. Without direct observation, corroborating evidence, or independent confirmation, treating an allegation as fact risks unlawful overreach. Proper policing requires assessment and verification, not blind acceptance of a single, untested account.
No, no one at the time, and that you're now lying. You're lying because I was filming at the time when that call apparently would have come through.
You've just said on your
no, yeah, I've caught that I haven't. No, it would have been them because it hasn't come from me. So if there is swearing on this footage, it's going to come from them. It won't be coming from me.
But I don't know that.
Okay.
You're not showing me
and even that, even this footage now, I don't have to, but I will. I will just because I can't wait to prove you wrong.
Showing me anything to the contrary.
Okay. Also, I want to know that hang on, before I show you anything.
Public order offence has been committed.
Right.
We can hear it on the phone call. Swearing and stuff is taking place in public. Now you're saying you can prove that it's not you because you have video.
And if it proves that it's them, are you going to go and deal with that?
I'm going to go have a chat with them afterwards.
Straight up, because I'll be following you to make sure that you do follow it up. Because I know how this works. If I'm swearing in here, you're going to deal with that. But if it comes back that they're swearing in it, you won't deal with that. I ain't stupid. This happened to me the other day. This happened to me the other day, bro. Like I say, to be honest, I want to go about my business. Am I detained? Am I detained? Am I detained?
I just need to know what's happening.
Yeah, and I'm asking, am I detained? So I'm free to go. Am I free to go?
Well, I need to confirm your...
When asked directly whether the individual is being detained, the officer avoids giving a clear answer, yet continues pressing for identification. This is a critical moment. If a detention is taking place, the law requires the officer to state both the fact of detention and the legal grounds for it. Evasion creates a legal gray area where authority is exercised without accountability. That hesitation doesn't just undermine credibility. It risks tipping the encounter into unlawful detention and places the officer in direct conflict with the principles of lawful policing.
You don't need to confirm my identity. I don't have to give it you till an offence has been committed. I do not have to give it you.
Has been committed.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. You turning up and saying an offence has been committed doesn't mean one's been
committed.
No, it
hasn't.
It's
been committed, and you've just confirmed it by saying you've got footage of it on your phone.
Oh wow!
You've literally just confirmed by saying I've got footage of that offence happening, a public order offence.
Okay.
Haven't you? You've just said that.
Okay. I said
so
actually.
Said that.
What I actually meant in that. What I meant in that is the footage here will show that I didn't at any point swear. The guy started going crazy at me, and I did actually say to him, bro, what you're doing now is a public order offence.
So potentially,
that's what I said to him. So you probably heard me say that on the call.
I need your details if you are the victim of the public order offence.
Public order offence. You think I'm going to have somebody in trouble for a public order offence? Come on, mate.
Can I just ask, the details of security guard that came down from Amazon? And did you manage to get his name or anything?
No, only his identity. Yeah.
The issue becomes when you trespass. Obviously, that's a civil issue.
Of course.
And even more so if you're trying to get into buildings.
Of course.
So we just want to make sure that's not going to.
That's not going to happen. And we spoke to this chap here, fantastic, Nathan, innit? Nathan here.
Yeah.
Hey, promotion for you, buddy. I will. I'll email him and say.
You're, in agreement that we're not going to be going on anyone else's land.
No. But I haven't. Like I say, this guy seems to think he's gonna. I don't know. You're not having my details. You're not having them. You might be able to take my mates.
Go over there and speak to them and take.
Don't. I've just told you I don't want you to.
Right, fine. On your way.
At one point, the officer remarks, "On your way, then." Yet the individual is under no obligation to leave a public space unless a specific and lawful power is invoked, such as a dispersal order or a formal arrest. Absent that, the instruction has no legal footing. It reads less like a lawful direction and more like an attempt to assert personal authority. Commands of this nature blur the line between guidance and coercion, and in doing so, they erode public confidence in fair and accountable policing.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. So I won't be going nowhere, sir. So stop, trying to talk down to me.
Stand here pointing that in my face.
Well, then disappear. You're the one that's approached me today, not the other way round.
Anyway, can't you? Why
I don't have to. I don't have to.
but I'm asking you.
It's a public place, and it's up to you to make privacy in a public place. So if you'd like to make privacy, then I suggest you maybe get in your 2 shiny cars with flashy lights, right, and have a conversation.
Taken as a whole, this exchange captures a stark contrast between lawful public behavior and flawed policing. A member of the public calmly exercises a clear legal right to film in a public space, while the officer repeatedly substitutes assumption for lawful authority. Instead of grounding the interaction in statute and explanation, the officer allows ego, discomfort, and control to steer the encounter. Policing is not meant to manage personal feelings or enforce preference through pressure. It exists to apply the law impartially, transparently, and with restraint. When authority drifts from legal clarity into attitude and assumption, public trust erodes. Moments like this underline exactly why accountability matters, and why an informed public is essential to protect